And there were points where I would have night terrors that would frequently happen. So I'd have dreams of just waking up with, a demon next to me or being pulled out of bed. What is up, guys? If you guys don't already know me, and I think a lot of people don't, my name is Matt, and I've been doing food reviews or food mukbangs for about a year now. I guess I just wanted to do a different format where, I can actually talk more with you guys instead of just talk about the food. But of course, that's still gonna be there since, food brings people together. That's the idea behind this. So I wanna share some of my stories, and hopefully in the future I can hear your stories. So I wanted to be able to bring us together where there's food and there's a conversation going. But I was thinking today I could tell a story, and then I could just tell a story. I hope you guys are interested though. Before I start telling my story, I wanted to introduce the food that I'd be trying today. This is from the baker girl. So she's been baking since she's 15 and now she's like in her 20s. So it's been quite a while, and essentially she wants to be able to share her home recipes with us. It's comfort dessert, dessert that you get from a home bakery store. It's just going to be comfort to you, especially when she's been doing it for so long. But what I have in front of me is their banana caramel cream pie. Look at that. Banana caramel cream pie. Oh, this looks insanely good. We have the trifle. Remember that scene in Friends where Rachel made the trifle and there was like beef and peas inside? I can't wait to try trifle. I don't think I've ever had trifle before in my life. I mean, look how fresh it looks. There's strawberries, there's a cake, and a lot of beautiful things inside. It's so colorful. And we got the tiramisu. It's a staple for a bakery, or at least people who love to bake. Most of the time they love making a good tiramisu. So let's see what it's about. And over here, we have strawberry cheesecake and blueberry cheesecake. So I don't know where to start, but I'm gonna start with the banana caramel pie. I guess this is it, guys. Let's dig in. Yeah, can you see that? Damn. Wow. There's like granola underneath, and the cream is so light. The banana is perfect. It's not too mushy either. There's the crumble from beneath. Caramel's not overpowering either. Wow. But I guess I wanted to just share about my story on how I came about, at least all the way to here back in Indonesia. So I left the States. I used to go to school in California, but I got a job offer in Singapore. We were working in corporate finance. Finance, a lot of money. It's prestigious. Asian parents love it too. So I was thinking like,
this is a good opportunity.
Plus, being able to work in Singapore, it's a pretty cool place to be, especially in finance of the financial world. It's a thriving hub in the financial world, highly competitive. And I guess a lot of people are like, that's a dream of theirs, So I thought I was pretty lucky for sure. I'm gonna try tiramisu now. That's another deep one too. I don't know if you can see that. That's a beautiful piece over there. Wow, I'm so shocked. I'm not a fan of things that are too sweet. And this one, the flavor of the alcohol is so prominent. Oh yeah, I'm actually not too sure what kind of alcohol they use in this. Let me find out real quick.
A few moments later.
So it's a rum inside, and this rum is pretty, it's strong in a good way where it's not too strong. And the coffee, you could taste the coffee in this. Whoa, the cream is so light. The cocoa on top too gives like a nice chocolatey flavor. Yeah, that coffee is perfect too. Sweetness is great. It's not too sweet. That's what I like about it. Okay, let's dig into one of the cheesecakes. So as I was saying, when I was in Singapore, I moved. This was back in 2013, I think. No, sorry. What was I saying? This is back in 2018. So when I moved to Singapore, obviously I had to leave a lot of my friends behind since most of my friends are in the States. So I think it was not that it was a rough one, but it was definitely a difficult thing to do just because most of my friends were still in school, or at least they were settling in the States. They were still having fun. And moving to Singapore, what ended up happening was I was immediately put into that work environment. And I guess in the beginning of it was definitely a steep learning curve. My background was, I should explain first that I really enjoy doing things in a creative industry. So things like clothing brands, design, photography, and I did learn finance and business, but that just wasn't something that I was super passionate about in college. I always feel like in life, like it's always good to just try everything. You never know if you like it or not. I mean, there's just so many possibilities, which is such an exciting thing. Ooh, tangy, fruity. The cheesecake, the cheese, it's so smooth. I'm gonna just try the cheese on its own. Wow, I didn't expect this kind of cheesecake. I thought it was gonna be a hard and dense cheesecake. This is light and fluffy. I wish I could show you guys like how, here, let me see if I can take a big scoop. But I doubt you can see, but the cheesecake part of it, I could definitely see that it was, I think it was whipped. It's light, it's delicate. It isn't dense like, you know, some of the cheesecakes out there. Back then we still used a lot of Snapchat. So I remember when I was being in the office, I was working till really late at night. What would happen a lot of the time is I would open Snapchat, and because of the time difference, I would see all my friends like still having fun, like they were still having pool parties. So it was definitely like a FOMO feeling, especially when these are your close group of friends, your best friends. So I have my best friends in the States, you know, all the boys. I'd be sitting at my desk and they'd be sending me videos of them like taking shots or just having fun. But I guess it was more of that FOMO feeling, and it definitely made things a little bit more difficult to do at work when, you know, you are essentially feel like you're missing out on other things. I mean, you're thousands of miles away from where you usually are, your comfort, and you're thrown in an environment where it's just unfamiliar to you. I don't think it's easy to expect people to transition to that smoothly. However, I think like it was I think my mind immediately went into kind of life or death situation where it's like, okay, you got to perform, you got to do well, otherwise, you know, you won't be able to stay in the job, or you just wouldn't be able to do, you won't be, I mean, everything you do, you just got to give it your best shot, right? So I remember just being super stressed out at work. I guess I'm trying to simplify the story either so you guys can get a better picture at what was happening. Yeah, just imagine like a boy just moving over to a different country, no friends, and just thinking about everyone back at home a lot. So I was definitely like homesick, because I mean the States was home for at least 5 years before that. But I was definitely sad that a lot of friends were just not around. I mean, my coworkers at work did definitely have their hangouts. They did their best to make me feel also at home. It was just definitely different. And just being able to perform at work, like it's being thrown from the crazy thing that I feel like a lot of people, or what we're not prepared for, is that college is almost like a little bubble. Like in college, all you have to worry about essentially finishing your work and doing well for your midterms or your finals. But when it comes to, and it's a finite amount of work, so you have your summer holidays, and yeah, some people do get to do part-time, but I feel like for those who never had work experiences until after college, it ends up putting you into this shock. Like you get in, the word for it, I guess, is more of like, yeah, you're just shocked. The work that you do is no longer finite. It just keeps coming, it keeps coming. An everyday thing where you have to make a decision to perform at the office. I think when you're at school, all you have to do is like, okay, I just gotta pay attention in class, I just gotta finish my assignment, and that was it. But when it comes to work, it's a mindset thing where you're like, I gotta do good, I have to do the best I can and deliver. And there's way more at stake too. Now it's no longer just, okay, a good grade, but it's also where you have to, I guess it's just, you just have to perform. I'm gonna try the trifle now. This is crazy. It's the first time I'm trying a trifle. A lot of fruits. I'm gonna take this top portion first. Oh, wow. Okay, have you guys ever had a fruit tart before? This reminds me of a big fruit tart. Yeah, just a big fruit tart, lovely cream, fresh fruits, and just cake inside. Wow, that's just creamy, light goodness. There's like grapes, strawberry, is it peaches, apricot? Yeah, as I was saying, Happy you guys can follow as what I'm saying. But essentially, when I was back in Singapore, I think I was just ill prepared and the shock took me quite a bit. I was working like really long hours. Sometimes it'll be 12 to 15 hours and some weekends too. But meetings on weekends, and yeah, usually if you think about it, like after you come off from work, you usually get time to hang out with friends. But you know, since there wasn't really any friends, what I did was just more work. Or yeah, it was just more work after work hours. At some point, it was so bad that I went to sleep and all I could think about was work. I would dream about work, and that was the only thing going on in my mind. I think the stress from having to perform and just not being able to have any time to de-stress after that was overwhelming. And there were points where I would have night terrors that would frequently happen. So I'd have dreams of just waking up with, you know, a demon next to me or being pulled out of bed. I don't know if it was the apartment I was in, but I definitely had those experiences and they were surreal. I would have them almost every night where I would wake up and I'd imagine myself like look to the left or to the right, and there would be a ghost sleeping next to me, like a girl with long hair, pale face sleeping next to me. And yeah, I just wake up with cold sweats. Wow, that's good too. Mm. Mm. I was definitely unhappy. So keep in mind, this was within the first 3 to 6 months of my move where I was experiencing all this. And honestly, after that, the human mind and the body is just an incredible thing. I think I was able to just, because you're put in this stressful environment and just exposed to all of this every day, your mind just essentially becomes stronger. And I don't think this is for everyone. I don't think this is a good decision for everyone to make in terms of just, pushing through. Because I definitely thought like, yeah, if I could see a therapist, maybe that would have made things better, you know? And I think that this was constantly happening until this one summer, I met a friend. I was suddenly introduced by a mutual friend to this one dude. His name is Fadri. I think we just vibed really well because he spent a lot of time in the States as well. We were the same age and stuff like that. And he ended up over the weekends was like,
hey, come over, like grab some drinks with us with the other boys, and then let's just hang out.
So that's exactly what happened. So I came out to a bar. It's called Skinny's in Singapore. And I met these other 3 guys, Christopher, Matt, and Gio. So after meeting these group of friends, hopefully we'll get to hear more stories of them in the future if you guys like this format. But they were just there as my support group. And I think that's the best part about having good friends around you, is that whenever you're going through any struggle, you just have people there that will listen to you and support you through whatever you're struggling through. And I know I'm so thankful to be able to find a group of friends like them, or just friends in general. Having people to support you through whatever it is you do, like you guys, that's all anyone can ask for, I guess, in life. Yeah, you know, maybe we'll talk about something that's not as serious. But I just hope that you guys kind of get the message behind this. Is if I were just to give any message behind this, or whatever happening in this whole video, is that not only are these desserts really good, but if you're going through any struggles, the one thing I know that has worked for me, that has gotten me out or gotten me through a lot of the struggles, is just having a solid group of friends. If you guys want me to make more of these, or if you guys have any comments or just any suggestions, comments, other things you'd like to see, like to hear, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I promise I'll respond to you guys and just hear out your stories too. I really want to hear from you guys. So yeah, tell your close friends that you love them and you appreciate them. You know, tell whoever is supporting you through your struggles. Your significant other, your parents, grandparents, your family, friends, whoever it may be, go tell them I appreciate you. Just tell them randomly. Just call them and just forcefully tell them that you appreciate them. Because at the end of the day, they need to know.